$44,000 level after this week's crypto rally. Russia might let businesses buy oil with Bitcoin, and Grayscale launches a fund for smart contract platforms. We talked to the CEO about it. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos. The crypto market kept this week's gains going. The rally lost a bit of steam this morning, but prices as a whole were about 1% higher by noon Eastern. Bitcoin held its ground above $44,000. Ether prices continued to rise as well, but not everything ended up in the green. Cardano's ADA token lost nearly 5% in the past 24 hours. That network is part of Grayscale's new smart contract platform fund, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's check in with Crypto World's Tanea McKeel on what is moving crypto prices.
Bitcoin is on the verge of a major breakout with the price on course to test the $45,000 level. That's been a strong resistance level since mid-January. The market focus has been on Ukraine and the Federal Reserve for some time now, as we often discuss here. But there were several positive developments this week that could be bullish for Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs executed its first over-the-counter crypto trade. The investment bank Cowen established a crypto division, and that makes it the first on Wall Street to offer clients the ability to trade spot. Ray Dalio's Bridgewater hedge fund even is about to make an investment into a crypto fund. These are all signs of deeper institutional liquidity entering the market. The upper price target in the short term will be between $48,000 and $50,000. My sources say that $50K is a key psychological level for Bitcoiners. If the price fails to test $45K resistance, it could go into a short-term correction phase and then decline down to $42K. Ether, meanwhile, has broken out above $3,000. Sources say they see upside resistance near $3,500, and if the markets stay risk on, that level could extend to $3,825.
All right, so let's talk about some of the top stories in crypto. Russia's oil and gas industry might turn to Bitcoin payments to combat sweeping sanctions. In a news conference yesterday, the chair of Russia's Duma Committee on Energy said that Russia will be flexible on payments from friendly countries like Turkey and China. Now, he specifically mentioned the Chinese yuan and Bitcoin as alternative currencies. The chair also doubled down on Vladimir Putin's promise that unfriendly countries would have to pay in rubles. You can read that full story over on CNBC.com. Next, Bloomberg analysts think a Bitcoin spot ETF could happen within the next year, and a proposed rule change at the SEC could help. The agency wants to expand the definition of an exchange, and that would mean that some crypto platforms would have to register with the SEC. Analysts at Bloomberg say that rule change could be key to bringing a spot ETF to the US. A number of crypto-related funds have taken off in recent weeks, and Grayscale just launched another. The smart contracts Ethereum fund gets its value from the price of coins like Cardano's ADA token, which we mentioned earlier, and Solana. Crypto World's Tanea McKeel spoke to Grayscale Investment CEO Michael Sonnenschein about the new fund and how it differs from investing directly in these tokens.
Empire Crypto TV. Good evening, each and every one of you who's watching the Empire Crypto TV network right now, looking at the boom of the Bitcoin, man. Things are happening in the crypto space, and Bitcoin right now, as we are speaking, trading at $47,000 per coin. Major moves over the past weekend. Unlike the stocks don't trade during the weekend, and Bitcoin has been booming during that time. Yes, they can be moving on a hurdle together at some point if the Bitcoin comes up, and eventually maybe some stocks will also join up the uptrend. But this time around, the Bitcoin just outstretched and showed that it is the dominant force when it comes to the emerging markets and cryptocurrencies and other projects as well. Now, what's more interesting is that institutional investment, major corporations are more accepting of the cryptocurrency and bring it in. Ray Dalio, who is a CEO of Bridgewater, which is a major hedge fund in the United States. I think it's the number one. And then you have Goldman Sachs, the biggest or the best investment bank in the world, so to say. And these are just some of the implementations that have brought about some positive vibration in the crypto space. But this is something that is going to be more effective in the times to come. But let us look at the now. Let us look at what's happening now. Technically speaking, cryptocurrency is dominant because we have analyzed some of these technical expertise, your engulfing, your bullish engulfing, and so forth, that we also expected the market to be this bullish at this point in time, looking at 47,000, going for $50,000 per coin. But like the lady says, that it might retrace back to 45,000 or even lower to 40,000, but coming back up stronger again. But let us see, that just remains to be seen. But let us just analyze, let us do an Empire Crypto analysis on our own, right, using the most basic indicators out there. Now I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart right now. Now I also happen to have also this chart, which is the Ethereum. Ethereum now works with common patterns. Here I'm going to talk common patterns. With the Bitcoin, I'm going to talk about the MA cross, which is an indicator. Now, and then I'm going to talk about ADA. Now, different instruments here. We're going to also talk about ADA with its own bullish engulfing candlestick. All of them on a daily chart right there. Okay, let me just increase the size so that it can be more clearer for someone to see. So very, very interesting time. So we're gonna just first analyze each of these charts because all of them, they have a bullish confirmation, so to speak. First of all, we have a ADA right here, which has a bullish engulfing. First of all, just to say the least. Okay, let me just remove this MA cross, the ADA. Okay, so it has that bullish engulfing. I just want to put it out there so that people can understand what I say when I say it has that bullish engulfing candlestick forming right there. Okay, let me just put it. I just want to put it as a text right there so that people can see for what it is. Okay, so this is how you're going to do. You can also do this on your own when you are trading on TradingView. So we're going to just say gal thing. I don't know why that one removed itself because I always had it there. So we say okay, then we say all right, okay, right there. Okay, I just want to put a major label that will state, okay, this is what we're talking about. So these are different angles of looking at this bullish trend on the cryptocurrency space. You can also obviously add other cryptocurrencies as well on your board and try to analyze. So I'm looking at 3 different markets in a different way. So when you're looking at the bullish engulfing, you are looking like more on a technique called price action. Okay, so with the technique of the price action, it's just simply easy. We also spoken about the bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing is a strong signal showing that the market will be continuing going on an uptrend. This is particularly speaking on an ADA. So if you have an interest or have traded before, ADA could be a best opportunity right now to put a buy order as early as possible, because it is a possibility that after they have that lack of volatility right there at the bottom, there's a possibility that ADA could catch up on a strong bullish trend. Okay, but now let us go on the number 2 cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum, which is trading right now at $3.3 thousand per coin. Now Ethereum has shown a strong sign or a strong signal of a bullish trend on the overall cryptocurrency space. Now you can see that neckline. That neckline is also called a resistance, aka neckline. So it's a breakout. This breakout is the most important breakout in the cryptocurrency space right now. It is absolutely evident, showing you that these common patterns, notably such as the double bottom right here, this double bottom here is a very known or well-known common pattern. If anyone is new out there in trading, should be aware next time in the future, if you see such trends forming, maybe at this point, maybe when the coin was still at, let's say, 2,808 per Ether, per Ethereum or per Ether, you would have placed a buy order. By now, you would have made some good profits going up to 3,884.20 per Ether. Right there, that opportunity itself presented itself by simply observing these common patterns. So I'm observing this common pattern. It's a double bottom. It's a bullish pattern, or it's a bullish reversal, double bottom. There's also what you call double tops. Now, double top is a bearish reversal. It's a, like, for instance, where I'm pointing right here, it looks similar, but it's not a genuine one. So be careful when you are observing some of these common patterns. Make sure that it is genuine. Hence, that's why I have my resistance and support lines, so that I can also measure the resistance. The resistance right there, you know, it has that W shape. So right there at the top, I'll just place it as my resistance. As soon as I see that break out, then I know that this was a bullish double bottom, and that confirmation right there shows you, even if you place the trade right here at 2,987 per Ether, you would have still made considerable profits, even if you had like no low volumes that you are trading with, but still you would have still made considerable profits on that trade. Particularly going to the mother of all cryptocurrencies, which is a Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, I'm looking at an indicator. Also, this indicator also shows me that there is also a strong bullish trend information. Look at that cross right there. If you are looking at the MA cross or moving average cross, there are many other types of moving averages, but this one is particularly dealing with these two lines: a slower moving average and a faster moving average. You have a 9-period moving average and a 26-period moving average. Now, if you can see the green line, which is the 26 moving average, which is a slower moving average, which is beneath, and the faster moving average, which is above. And this is a signal of a strong bullish trend, like here before, when it was just above this the green line, which is a slower moving average, or a 26 moving average. The 9 moving average came above, and that was a signal of a strong trend. And then that crossover, of course, it shows that that trend is changing from uptrend to downtrend, or from downtrend to uptrend. Now, also observe the gap in between the lines. Now, when you see the gap like that, because in the beginning the gap was not so much, and then as time went on, now remember, this is the daily chart. Now when you're dealing with the daily chart, you are dealing with some long-term charts, and these long-term charts give you significant trends that tell you that this trend is going up or down. So this one here, being a daily chart, it really does show a very strong trend. As you can see, there is a bullish candlestick forming right there. You can see that gap right there should tell you that this bullish trend that we are experiencing on an overall cryptocurrency space is extremely effective. How long will it be effective? That will remain to be seen, because I also want to put my my resistance and my support. By tomorrow, when I'm doing the next show, analyzing the charts, I'll also be talking whether the market will be going up to $50,000 per mark. But I want to see it happen tonight. Let's see what happens tonight. But let us analyze what is currently happening now, because as we see, Bitcoin is trading at $47,000 per coin and going up and strong on a daily chart. This is a daily chart that I'm looking at, by the way. And then let us look at the coin market cap. That will also indicate the strength of the cryptocurrencies as a whole. It's back at its 2 trillion mark, which is 2.1 trillion coin market cap of 24 hours. Of course, that's because of the uptrend, of the strong bullish trend that we are seeing on the market. Let us see some biggest gainers, of course. On the biggest gainer, EOS Force, Stater, and Lucky Block. Okay, Lucky Block, all right. And then let us look at the percentages among the top 10 cryptocurrencies that we are well known or well recognized of. So 15. So now Bitcoin is back on that pedestal and having gained more than Ethereum this time around. Even on the 7-day percentage, Bitcoin has gained more than the Ethereum with 15.90%, and it's going for 16%. But the gap is not so big. That's not so much of a gap. But Ethereum is still going strong. It has been going strong for the past 2 weeks, if I may so, and it has been dominating the Bitcoin. But now Bitcoin is the dominant force right now. Let us go under. Let us go further. BNB with the 10.19% on the 7-day, and then you have 4.30% on a 24-hour period. Still number 6, XRP, which also been mentioned that it just took a small knock, but that was just 2 days ago. But it is back with the 8.21% rise, 4.6624 in the last 24 hours. Cardano, which if I should say, Cardano is having a blow. ADA, which is having a very, very great uptrend, as I showed you with that bullish engulfing candlestick that I've just showed you, the Cardano, showing that confirmation of a strong bullish trend that is gonna occur in the next few days in this week, unless, well, something has happened, and then we just might see a slowdown in it. But looking at it today, let us look at it at the today's standpoint. It is 32.51%. I think it might be the highest. And then you have Solana, 24.58%. Wow, that's great. And then you have the last of the top 10, Avalanche, and then which is at 7.56%. Though it has at number 1, Polkadot, it has 21.32% gains over the last 7 days percentage. Of course, and then there's also 24 hours, which is at 6.92%, and then 8.18% in the last 24 hours for Avalanche. And it is all green. It is all the healthy zone. If you're a cryptocurrency speculator, investor, if you happen to invest when the times were down, when the crypto was still trading at $30,000 per coin, looking to be going under to its $28,000, then coming up again. This is the reason why, it's also advisable for people to buy the cryptocurrency while it's cheap, because now it is at $47,000. That period back then, when 2 weeks or 3 weeks back, I think last month, by now some people are scooping up profits from buying into the dip back in last month. And now looking at the cryptocurrency space right now, it has gained momentum, and it has gained that bullish trend. And of course, let us look at other news as well. In Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, also having some positivity for that crypto community. News that came out in Rio de Janeiro to accept Bitcoin for real estate taxes from 2023. This is one of the signs that institutions are now accepting or having to buy into cryptocurrencies, the future of money. Of course, it has been difficult to do it on a national scale, because the national scale is much more sensitive in a sense, because having to move from that dimension of traditional economics and going into a blockchain economics is a major transformation. I think that's one of the reasons why we are having such a slow transformation within the governments or within the nations. But institutions like recently the Goldman Sachs and now Ray Dalio's Bridgewater having to have major investments on the crypto space and allowing it to have crypto space. These are some of the signs, but it's still institutionally, but not on a national scale. Okay, and supporting this cause led by Maya Eduardo Piaz, Binance CEO, announced a new office in the Brazilian city, stating that he's done his part. We are working on ours. Okay, so Binance making major moves. Of course, I think Binance may stand a very long time in as a leading crypto exchange experts in the next few years or so. But because of these big projects that they have undertaken, they've also sponsored the African tournament, the African Nations Cup. In the past few months, I think when it was taking place, Binance were major sponsors for that. Now they are moving to Brazil and making major moves in the state whereby they're gonna use it in real estate as well. Okay, Rio de Janeiro will officially start accepting Bitcoin. Okay, payments for taxes related to urban real estate within their city limits, otherwise known as imposto sobre a prioridade. Some words I really can't really pronounce. Propriedade, predial, territorial, Abana. I think it's Portuguese. I can't really read properly those words. Okay, but please just go through the article if you can. Just watch the show again. Just try and read the show slowly for yourself. Okay, as reported by Coin Telegraph Brazil, the new crypto tax laws will be implemented from 2023, which was announced by the Secretary of Economic Development, Innovation and Simplification, Chiquia Bulhos. I can't even announce these words that these Portuguese, because in Brazil I think they speak Portuguese because they were colonized by Portugal. So in Brazil they speak Portuguese. So I'm sorry for not being able to pronounce those words. And of course, I want to go further on about the institutional investment. Now, this is on a national scale. We're talking on a national scale, the country as a whole having to have some little bit of exception of that cryptocurrency space as well. Now, Goldman Sachs, as we were saying, is a major institution that also bought into the cryptocurrencies. Okay, came out with the article saying Goldman Sachs now offers high net worth investors access to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Apparently, Goldman Sachs being the first major Wall Street firm to accept this kind of investment, of course, or one of the few Wall Street investment firms as well. Key points: filing with the SEC show Goldman Sachs will provide access to Ethereum for its largest investors with a minimum deposit of $250,000. That's a lot. So you must be a big time millionaire in order to engage in this type of investment. Last June, Goldman offered a Bitcoin features vehicle to top clients. Top clients. Goldman Sachs deals with top clients. I don't see anything that says about regular people like you and me. Okay, nothing in the document suggests any such offerings are in the works for everyday investors looking to access crypto. You see, everyday investors are less accessible in this type of form. This is also kind of sort of, if I should say, depriving if you are someone who doesn't have so much money. So this is designed for the rich. Once again, it is the rich that will get richer if they engage with these institutions. Now, these institutions are first serving the rich. Maybe in the later years, maybe they will start doing some of that commercial where they serve the general public as people who would want to invest for something maybe $10,000 or $5,000 or so, $1,000, not $250,000 like that. That is for top investors. These are for top elite investors. And it goes on to another article as well for Goldman Sachs. That clarifies a recently article just came out. Goldman Sachs explores offering new options for cryptocurrencies. Discussions on the bilateral OTC over-the-counter options are at early stage. Goldman already offers Bitcoin Ether options and features. Okay, as they are huge building there. I did a documentary which you should check out, which is quite educational about Goldman Sachs, the #1 investment bank. Please go on Empire Crypto TV. I have launched a documentary there. It's a 42 minutes, I think, documentary. Please go and watch it. It's a very informative. It's a very, very educational. Please go watch that documentary. It also speaks about this major Goldman Sachs company. Before we dive into their advancement going into crypto as well, this documentary will tell you what is the banking system is all about. Okay, Goldman Sachs Group Inc. is offering over-counter bilateral crypto options, signaling the bank's deepening participation in helping institutions trade digital currency derivatives. I think it's the first major firm on Wall Street to do this, Goldman Sachs. So they are just one step ahead. So JP Morgan, they should wake up, and Bank of America, I think they will also start following the footstep of Goldman Sachs as soon as they see the volatility, because volatility is the friend of Wall Street, and the cryptocurrency itself, it has been volatile, no doubt about that. No one can say anything about it. The powerhouse is among a few Wall Street banks at the early stage of exploring such offerings, according to people with knowledge of the matter, asking not to be identified, discussing private information. The so-called bilateral option allow trades to be customized so that crypto holders such as hedge funds and Bitcoin miners can hedge risk or boost yields. Now, this is also supportive of the high class, because now if you are someone that looks to hedge, you need to have lots of money. So once again, this system is in favor of people who are rich or people who have money. Okay, the market for these options, still in its infancy, has been dominated by crypto native firms such as Genesis Global Trading Inc., Galaxy Digital Holdings Ltd, and the GSR traditional trading giants. DRW Holdings LLC has also jumped in as a liquidity provider. Of course. Okay, I'll just stop right there. Okay, so these are some of the developments that you should be expecting. And I don't expect only just Goldman Sachs to be the only one to be doing this kind of business going forward. And then let us look at the cryptocurrency space as well as the analysis, as we continue to analyze this bullish trend by the cryptocurrency space. Cryptocurrency news today: Bitcoin, Ethereum maintaining a bullish trend. Now this bullish run is mainly, if I should say, mainly technical. Usually we talk about how the war affected the stocks and how it has affected Russia and sanctions and stuff. But this one, when I look at it, it has been mainly dominated by a technical analysis. There is no news that describe this current situation. It is speculations and investors. So what I have assumed is that most investors during the weekend, they have realized that cryptocurrencies keep on pumping while stocks are sleeping and other so-called domestic currencies, because Forex also on the Saturday, Sunday session is closed. So as I was saying, it is just mainly a technical exit, because even analysts, BTC trades higher than for second consecutive week and hits the highest level since February 7th. The pair gained sharply on upbeat market sentiment. It is holding above 200-day EMA, exponential moving. You see, these are technical indicators as well. These are all technical elements that concur this bullish run. You see, 200-day EMA, that I'll show you how you can also adjust that on your trading view. Exponential moving and is accepted and is expected to touch $50,000 per coin. I also think that it will touch $50,000 per coin. So those who do not take that early opportunity of investors, please do learn from this. Learn from it. Learn from it so that you next time you do not miss such a glorious opportunity for you to make profits in these difficult times. These are difficult times where you need to make money digitally because jobs are scarce. If people have retirement monies and they are looking to invest, use a little bit of it, not all of it, just to buy some few coins and try to participate in the digital markets, which is the emerging market, which is Bitcoin, soon to overtake the traditional market, which is, if I should say, the currency market, the traditional currency market or Forex, which has a market cap of 4 trillion. Now Bitcoin, 9 years or 12 years in, I think it has a market cap of 2 trillion. That's major. Forex being incepted back in 1971 after they abolished the gold standard by President Nixon, it has only have achieved 4 trillion market cap since that time. So the cryptocurrency space is most certainly the fastest growing. Soon these traditional markets will also convert to cryptocurrencies, and having some of these crypto-backed assets, the so-called crypto-backed assets. And also the stock market will also be backed by crypto. Though in the meantime, it's still backed by these traditional local currencies from different countries, dollar, rand, and so forth. On the daily chart, it says the pair is trading above Tenkan Sen, 43 Kijun Sen, and Ichimoku Kumu Cloud, and these, I think, Japanese things. It hit an intraday high 47. These are just numbers that they're speaking. So there's no major news that defies the current uptrend. The current uptrend is strongly caused by the technical expertise or technical elements. Your bullish engulfing and that MA cross, and of course that double bottom. Those are strong signals that tell you technically that this market is a bullish market. Of course, let's go to other markets as well. Let's just cross over to other markets, okay? Let's just first start with the news going to Europe. One continent affected by the market in this past month since the war and so forth. They are still on that war verge. European stock features lower. Ukraine peace talks in focus. They are still on that focus. Like the stocks are also, they are badly affected by war as to compared by cryptocurrencies. European stock features lower. Ukraine peace talks in focus. You see, now this is also dependent on that. Okay, the story goes on to say European stock markets are expected to open in a cautious manner Monday. Investors keep a wary eye on developments in the war between Ukraine and Russia, with peace talks set to take place in Turkey this week. So these peace talks, if they go well, we're going to start seeing some kind of a positive run on the stocks, particularly in Europe and in Euro. Now, I also looked at the chart as well, live stock chart. I think I was looking at the Apple stock. The Apple stock, very interesting stock, right? If I should say, right, on a 1 hour chart. Now the Apple stock right here, okay, I just wanted to develop, I just want to show, they have now a different approach to things. There is a bearish engulfing candlesticks or pattern that I have noticed in a 1 hour chart. This can totally mean that this uptrend here that the Apple stock has been witnessing, it could soon start retracing back down to a point as low as, let me just see for a moment, as low as 164. Right now it's at 174. So it can go down for more than 10 points lower. So if you are trading on an Apple stock, if you are someone that's trading on the stock market, you should be aware that the Apple stock right now, technically speaking, I have a bearish engulfing that has formed on a 1 hour chart. Maybe it will just retrace back to 174, but it might take a hit, But if these peace talks, then fundamentally speaking, the Apple stock may thrive and go on up on an uptrend, joining other crypto, joining other stocks as well. Let us look at the euro as we spoke at the euro against the US dollar, thriving on the man. This is a 1 hour chart. In this last 1 hour chart, they have at least regained. That is what you call an engulfing bullish candlestick. So it might be advisable that the euro itself is looking to regain strength. And right there, as you can see, this is your resistance at 1.09952 against the US dollar. This is the euro against the US dollar. This is the euro chart against the US dollar on a 1 hour chart. You can see this engulfing candlestick forming. This is your resistance right there. As I can even put a line, a resistant line there for someone who doesn't understand what I'm speaking of here. This is a resistance right there. Okay, let me just put it right there. For the euro, if the euro breaks this resistance, let me just make the line a bit thicker so that people can understand. Okay, if the resistance, if it hits above, just want to make it thicker. All right, now it's cool, it's fine. I hope you see that blue small line right there. This is just a small, slight blue line. I just couldn't make it thick enough for someone so that they can see. But please be aware of this pair, euro versus US dollar. I do believe in this week the euro might get stronger because now these negotiations and these peace talks are going to Turkey. And if these negotiations go well, then we might see a pump in the euro market after they have endured a much bearish trend for a very long time. Now there is a bullish engulfing right there. I don't know if it's a genuine one, but it looks like a bullish engulfing. But on the stock side, of course, which is Apple, I just took Apple. I don't know about other stocks. I just analyzed the Apple stocks alone. It's on the other side experiencing a bearish engulfing. Now, please, I do talk about these price actions, but also to educate people. I'm not doing this to gain money. I'm not a trader that makes money out of this, but to inform you, for speculations, to learn from them, because there are people out there, I know they are trading on real accounts who are still beginners. No, I'm not talking about experts. Experts find this quite very easily. For them, it's nothing, man. But I am talking to the beginners, the people who are still starting off in the trading world. I most certainly love educating such class, because in this country, in Africa, we are also beginners when it comes to these digital marketing, whereas overseas, people have been trading for quite some time compared to us here in Africa. So please do take these things seriously that I'm telling you. Bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing, do take them into consideration when you are starting to trade. Practice them. Go to your platforms, go to demo accounts, see them for yourself, watch the news, do your research. You'll realize that there is a relationship between the market itself and what's happening out there in the economy. So it has been a very, very great evening. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. This is Empire Crypto TV, and I just want to quote for the last time, looking at the Bitcoin, which just dropped to 46,088. So that's the volatility that the Wall Street is looking to invest in. That is why Goldman Sachs is coming in, because they say, okay, this is what's happening with the crypto space. They are planning and they are coming in, but they are only beneficial for the upper class, if I should put it like that. The upper class are the ones that are benefiting in the infancy of this introduction of services in the major corporations such as Goldman Sachs. Thank you very much for joining me once again. This is Empire Crypto TV, and I will be here tomorrow once again. Same time, same place. Please do join me. And please do check us out on social media as well. And do watch our shows. We'll have many shows on our program, Empire Crypto TV, that are educational. Watch them, and please stay up and follow the market and do your research. And thank you and good night.